Doctor Who seasons, or should I say series, 2 to 4 illustrate David Tennant's role as the Doctor. They show his life, his death, his PTSD, and his redemption. But we are not here to talk about David Tennant's run today. We're here to talk about how Steven Moffat, the writer right after Russell T Davies, made Doctor Who Season 5, or Series 5, a completely different show. Let's first talk about how the 10th Doctor was killed. He died in a radiation container while fighting the Master. He then says goodbye to all his former companions in a very emotional ending. He feels tethered here, to Earth I mean. Some may say that the ending where he says, "I don't want to go," is overly dramatic and that he should be embracing his new life like he has done many times before, but personally I think it wraps up his arc carefully. He not only says goodbye to his companions because they'll never see him as the 10th Doctor again, but he says goodbye because they will never see him again, period. He never makes another appearance to them. This is Moffat's first problem. He makes little to no references to the previous episodes, except for the 11th hour's showing of every Doctor, and Matt Smith walking through the hologram, and the whole River Song character arc, plus a few obscure, forgettable references here and there.
What happened to them? Hello. I'm the Doctor.
This disconnect from the other series shows my first problem with Moffat's writing of the 11th Doctor. You can also look no further than the Doctor's themes. 9 and 10 share a similar theme, while 11's is a new percussion-y mash, but one I personally enjoy. These, coupled with the fact that this Doctor is arrogant and rude, much like his successor, further strengthens the argument that it feels like a different series. This Doctor shows little to no regard for the feelings of Rory when he exits the birthday cake. You all know the scene.
Now then, Rory, we need to talk about your fiancée. She tried to kiss me. Tell you what, though, you're a lucky man. She's a great kisser.
Now, I don't think Matt Smith is a bad actor. I just think he got a bad character. He's utilized only as a sort of arrogant alien problem solver. And if you take a look at Christopher Eccleston's 9th Doctor, you can see that he's more of a compassionate and polite man, as shown in the scene where he meets Rose Tyler's mother.
In my bedroom,
Yes, there is.
where anything could happen.
No.
The 10th Doctor sacrifices himself in order for Wilfred to survive in the episode of his death. I'm almost convinced that Matt Smith's Doctor is unwilling or even incapable of sacrificing himself for anybody in Season 5. Sure, he cares for Amy, but would he die for her like 10 did for Wilfred? They fixed this minimally in Season 7, Part 1, the finale, after the death of Amy and Rory. We got a better 11th Doctor, but still bad writing. The show also has a tone change. The graphics seem crisper and brighter, unlike what we've seen before the 10th, with his PTSD after the whole Doomsday episode. The show was once a bluer tone, but is now clearer, greener, if that makes sense. That in itself is not a problem, but it illustrates the modern feel. Modern revival was, say, 2005 to 2012, and modern, or new modern, is 2013, or 2012, whenever, around there, to now. It's got a better budget and a new showrunner to spend it. Twice. I don't even want to get into Chibnall. Another problem is the absolute lack of character in Amy Pond and Rory. Sure, they go on adventures and interact, but they don't really develop at all until it's too late. Just goes to show that the Doctor is a dick, unlike his predecessors and much like his successor. That in itself is tragic and the complete fault of Steven Moffat, and that is what disconnects Season 5 from Seasons 1 through 4 of the revival. Thank you.